It's an outdoor elevator. Good morning, guys. It's not morning, it's 1:32. But found out this morning that it's go time, I guess. Going to the hospital now.
I think you're memeing me.
I think we're on the wrong floor. But sure, let's take the stairs as he wanted to do. Because, you know, no one's in labor or anything. He thinks I'm like pretending. He thinks that this is all a joke. That I'm just being like, yeah, no, they told me today's the day. He thinks that this is all just a big joke.
Pour some water. You just poured some water in your pants.
Oh, yeah.
My water broke. I had to go to the doctor's office.
Yeah, and that's exactly what happened. And they even tested under a scope, and the doctor's in on it and everything.
Probably need to borrow some from your friend or something.
Oh, yeah. Sure. So, just got to the hospital. I didn't even think my water was like broken this morning, but apparently it has ruptured. I thought it was just Discharge. There I am drinking a pumpkin spice iced coffee and some breakfast, chilling on the couch. Really debating if I should call the doctor or not. Good thing I called, because I didn't have a gush. It was like a trickle, and then I was like, that's more than usual though. It's very hot. It's September 9th. I'm starting to
Your diaper bag is probably 20 pounds.
That's not my diaper bag, that's my bag. That's my personal bag. It has all my makeup in there, and chapstick, and things that people recommended that you need in the room. So that's what's in the room. But I'll give you a tour of the room in just a bit. I didn't bring a charger for the camera, but he has an Android, so it should be the same. Okay, fully admitted into the hospital now, and that window's giving off nice lighting in here. It's like perfect.
I said it was nice lighting.
It's pretty good lighting.
I said it was good lighting.
I don't know, I look so...
I said it was nice lighting.
Okay. I look really shiny.
Shine bright like a diamond.
I don't have to have you pass me my... What's it called? My makeup bag. But yeah, so got everything, got the, I don't know what this is called, but
IV?
Is it called an IV? But there's nothing cooked up to it, so I don't know what exactly. But we are in here, his heartbeat, you can hear it. And apparently I have been contracting every 2 to 3 minutes, and I did not feel a thing. Well, I did, just pressure, but like I didn't think that I was actually like, it was actual contractions. But turns out it is actual contractions. So yeah, now it's just the waiting game, and I can ask for my epidural anytime I want. But I am not in pain right now, so I guess I will wait till a little later to ask for that, and yeah. I guess it's just a waiting game now. And he's gonna try to sleep and wake up with his back hurting because he's trying to sleep like this. And you always place your leg on my knees, like on my kneecaps.
Well, maybe you should get some longer legs.
I'm trying to get a knee job done, just hasn't worked out. But yeah.
Never mind.
Oh my god. But yeah. I'm getting hungry now because I'm thinking about it. And I'm not gonna be able to eat. That's what I'm most worried about. I'm not gonna be able to eat. I'm just gonna be so hungry. It's 3 o'clock. I'm gonna be hangry. But I'm just gonna be like, let's just get this going already so I can eat after. I'm so excited to eat. I don't know if it'll be today that he comes or tomorrow. I'm kind of hoping today so then I can have dinner.
I got about 2.5 hours, so.
But yeah, my mom is on her way, and so is my dad, and yeah. We'll update you a little later. I was gonna have him do like a little, I can just show you the room. I won't have him get up. So we have a nice window there that you can't see out of because it's too bright. A chair, and then this is his chair here. And then the bathroom is right there. Go around there. That's where he's gonna be. That's the little warmer, I think. That's what it's called. And then a little sink and everything like that.
A little bit of numbness. Big stick in the burn, big stick.
Keep breathing, that's the worst of it. Good. Breathe it away.
Now
Good
push
job,
that
Mom.
back out where you feel that. Push that towards me.
Try it into
There
it.
you
You got
go.
it. Good job. Now let that come up. You're doing so good.
Oh, that's nice. Just feel some pressure. You're not
Just
right.
weird pressure. You got it.
There, you're about to blow.
You got it. Good job. Keep breathing.
Are you okay?
Give it all to him. Everything you got.
Okay.
You got it.
That's it. Get you.
The worst of it there. The needle's out. Now we just gotta get you. We gotta make sure it's in the right place. Then we gotta get you all taped up, and you're good to go. 4 minutes. Not too bad, right? That wasn't too bad.
I'm glad he didn't tell me everything and then he did.
Okay. Yeah, you did great.
Alright. A little bit of medicine going. You feel some more pressure. Just those.
Perfect. 1931. 92.
Use medicine this time.
Is he kicking? Yeah.
Move.
So now the fun part for later will be lots of tape. So you can hang out and relax a little bit. He's just gonna tape you up really good. Yeah, you just breathe through it. You're doing great. That part's all over.
You sit up a little bit.
Just keep breathing. You're good. Just breathe it away, just like that. Good job. Good job.
And how long does it take for this to?
Oh, 5 or 10 minutes you should start feeling better.
You'll notice like a difference, yeah. And then within 30 to 40.
Alright.
Okay, so now this is kind of the funky part. What we're going to do is have you kind of flop over onto your side and then back onto your back. That way you're laying flat. So I'll kind of help get your feet up. You want to just kind of lean, get down, and then over. Get you all tucked in, sitting up just a little bit, just so that it kind of goes by gravity and goes down. I'll get you all hooked up to that pump. We'll let it set in and then choose that magic button. You did great. Better than you expected.
Yeah.
This is great.
More
You're
so
great.
like being scared about it.
Oh yeah, no,
Like the
totally
nervousness.
understandable. It's not anything you've ever had to do before, so that makes sense.
You okay?
Yeah. I'm good. I was like, I'm just scared. Ooh, that's like, it's supposed to be like a cooling sensation?
Hold on back.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, those last contractions were getting really like, ooh.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god, I'm glad I asked for it when I asked for it.
Yes. No, you definitely did great. Great timing on that part.
Alright, give that a couple minutes. It's going to look fine.
On your nose. I guess I gotta get a tissue, huh? Hold on. Hold it up.
Alright.
Oh,
Congratulations.
Thank you.
This was that. I've seen her in every.
That's monitoring the baby part right
Now this is baby's heart rate, this is mom. So like looking up on the screen, yellow is baby, green is mom, and then these will be your contractions. So I think I'm
We'll
adjusted
adjust it now, right?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. It's not as strong.
I was gonna say, does it feel shorter, like less?
Yeah, it feels
Okay.
less intense and it feels lower too. So like,
Okay, good.
it's not start as high. It was like in my back. Like I was. Did I get the really started to work?
Yeah.
Yeah. When we were like right before they came in, I was like that last one. I was like that one's making my eyes water. I was like, oh my god, that one really hurt. And they were getting closer and closer. I was like, I'm not getting breaks. I was like,
Yeah, I turned your toast.
Hey guys, hopefully you can't hear the air conditioning too much and then our thing back there too much, but I thought I would come on here and say the rest of my birth story because it pretty much ended pretty quickly. I was gonna do a birth vlog and everything like that. I had all these ideas, but this guy had some other ideas for me. So after the last clip that you saw, pretty much of me getting the epidural, nothing else was recorded. I don't believe anything else was recorded. It was definitely a waiting game. So kind of to start off of what happened, my water broke on September 9th. Me not knowing it was my water because it was such a small trickle that I did not know that it was my water breaking, and I was like, what? When I went in later in that day to the doctor just to get it checked out just in case, because I wasn't exactly sure and I thought it was gonna be nothing, they were gonna send me home, but no, they said you are erupted and you are having this baby today, and I was like, say what? And so came back home. Just funny enough is I drove myself back home and then picked up a bag and then drove myself to the hospital. Like, Spencer was with me, but he had not slept. He had just gotten off a 48-hour show, and so he was so tired. So I was like, well, I'm fine, I can still drive. So drove myself, and then we stopped at Chick-fil-A before, and I wasn't having any like horrible contractions or anything, not until we got to the hospital, and they told me I was contracting every 2 to 3 minutes, and I didn't even know I was contracting every 2 to 3 minutes. So from there on, got hooked up and everything, just to skip over like the kind of the boring parts. And we got to the hospital, I want to say around 2 o'clock. Time went by, got the epidural. Towards the end, right before I got the epidural, the contractions got pretty strong where I was crying. It got to the point where I was like, nope, I only felt two really strong ones and I didn't want to feel any more. So luckily they were there to give me my epidural. That kicked in, and from there it was kind of just a waiting game. And at one point I was at 5 centimeters dilated and dilated to an 8 within like 30 minutes or so, and then I stayed at an 8 for a while. I want to say it was around, I don't even remember, the day was so blurry to be honest. They were hoping that I was going to deliver before 12, and he was in the right position and everything, and we thought for sure we were to go vaginal. And by the time 4 a.m. rolled around, the doctor came back in and said anytime I would rotate to a different side, his heart rate would drop. So if I was on one side, he only wanted to be on that one side. If they would try to switch me, his heart rate would start to drop. So they decided to kind of just, the doctor came in and told me, there's these options, this is what we can do. 1, we can wait another hour and see if you progress to a 10, from an 8 to a 10, but we can't move you. We can't move you side to side, and that's usually how the baby kind of just wiggles their way down. 2, we can do a C-section right now. And then she also let me know if we wait an hour, she's like, this morning I have, because it was already 4:30 a.m., I might have to pause this and continue this in just a sec. I'll get through a little bit more of this, and then I'll probably have to pause because he is starting to wake up. And when he starts to wake up, he'll do that little cry, and then he'll stop, and then he'll continue, and then he's ready to eat. And mom's ready for you to eat because she's ready. But so the doctor pretty much told me if we wait another hour, we could end up in an emergency situation, just because she did have 4 other C-sections scheduled that day. There were so many babies born, like so many. So we had already gone to September 10th, and so I made the decision right there and then. Like, it wasn't even a question. I was like, let's just do the C-section. Why wait another hour and end up having an emergency. Like if I'm not going to be moving and he's not going to be able to move down. I had been at an 8 for quite some time. So in total I was in labor for 21 hours, which didn't feel like 21 hours because honestly it goes by so fast. You're just waiting and waiting, but honestly it goes by pretty fast. By the time I knew it was already 4 a.m. So they rolled me in and I was so tired, and I thought the epidural was going to be bad. It wasn't bad. You guys already saw that. But anyways, when they were rolling me in, I started getting really nervous. I started feeling really nauseous, but luckily they gave me something to help with the nauseousness, and that went away. But the nerves didn't. When they were rolling me in, I just remember being sick to myself, like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. They roll you into the cold room, and it's freezing in there. And there's like these 2 big lights over you. You're fully awake, and they're like, okay, we're gonna like hook you up and make sure you're like numb all the way, and just start doing the thing. And it went by pretty quick, and they said it was going to take about an hour and a half for the procedure, and honestly I don't even know if it took that long. It went by so quickly, and you don't feel anything. You just feel a lot of tugging. And when they actually pulled him out, it was such an odd feeling, like a release in my stomach. And sorry the lighting's changing. It's a little wonky lighting in here, and that's another story for another day. If you see some things in the background that just look a little odd and out of place, it's because they are out of place and they are a little odd. I have a pillow over here because this is where we've been sleeping, because it's just the easiest to get in and out of the couch for now, for the first week. And we literally just moved into this place, just had a baby. Everything just happened at the same time. A lot of the things happened at the same time. A lot of things I didn't get to get done. My plates are expired in my car, but we're pulling through. So yeah, so when they pulled him out, he automatically started crying, and they were like, ooh, he is angry. And when they brought him over to me, honestly, I was so out of it. I had been awake for over 24 hours, and they brought him over to me, and I just remember being like, stay awake, focus your eyes, you're about to see your baby boy. Like, what? And when they placed him on my chest, I was like, you are so cute. Like, he was just the cutest baby ever. Sometimes babies come out a little swollen, a little weird, but I don't know, I could be biased, but he came out looking like he had been here for a while. So he just looked so perfect. He was 6 pounds, 14 ounces, and 19 inches long, born at 4:35 a.m. And what's funny enough is that's the time I usually would get up to go pee. I don't know. But following that, the days after, I didn't record. Honestly, they were really hard. They weren't easy, just because you're so full of emotions, and I was having trouble with latching, and him just latching on, and it was just a roller coaster of emotions, and you're just really, really, really tired. And what happened, I'm trying to remember. I'm telling you, it's like a very blurry story, just because I was just so tired and out of it half the time we were there, that I just, it's hard to remember like little things that happened. The first night they took him to the nursery, and we ended up sleeping, so we slept as much as we could, because at that time, like after he was born, they're like, oh, like, Mom, do you want to try to breastfeed right now? Like, that was right after, and I was so like just falling in and out of it that they're like, or we can just give him formula right now, and then we can try in the morning when you're more rested, because we also don't want to leave him here with you if you're in and out of it. And so was Spencer, and we're like, that's fine, like, give him formula. Like, I was so tired, like, I'm pretty sure I was already asleep by the time they like left the room. I was falling asleep while they were sewing me back up, like laying down on the table, like I was like dozing off, because you're just so tired. The next day we slept, and the next day wasn't too bad. Just kind of laid there and didn't know what to expect or what pain level to expect, just because, well, you had a C-section. And I didn't really sleep, because I remember they came in the room, and every 15 minutes they were pressing on my stomach, and like just to get everything out, they had to press on my stomach every 15 minutes. And after they did the procedure, after the C-section, while I'm laying on the table right before, like, they're like, okay, like, we're gonna roll you out, and like they switched me into like onto the, from I guess the surgical bed to the rolling bed, they push on your stomach and so much liquid, this might be TMI, comes out, and you don't feel like the pain or anything like that. You just feel like a swoosh come out of you, pretty much. But yeah, they switched me, took me back, whatever. Then every 15 minutes she had to come in and push on my stomach to see if any, like, to get any liquids out or anything like that. And then after that, it went from every hour, and then to every 4 hours, and then it was every, I think, like 6 hours or something. That could be wrong. Then it was like very little after that. I think it was like 2 more times, and then they didn't have to push on my stomach anymore because it was really uncomfortable when they're pushing on top of your incision and all your epidural's gone and everything like that, so you're just on pain meds. So it starts getting like a little like, this is uncomfortable and this doesn't feel the best. But let's see, what else happened. Yeah, those first that next night when it was just me and Spencer, we had him completely alone, was really hard. It was a hard night. We were both still extremely exhausted. And at one point he woke up and he was just crying and crying and crying. I'm trying to get him to latch and he wouldn't latch, so he's just crying and crying and crying. And at that point you're so tired and you're so emotional. At least for me, I'm not saying this is for everybody, at least for me, I was just so emotional at that point and just felt like I was completely failing. You just feel like, oh my god, like I'm not gonna be able to breastfeed. Like, it's not the end of the world, like if I had to go to formula or anything, but at that point you just kind of feel like you're failing because you're not producing enough milk or anything like that. And it was just a very emotional roller coaster. It still makes me a little sad. Emotions are still running high. I literally cried yesterday because I was just so happy and just was looking at him and I was like, you're so cute. And I just want to cry because you're so cute. And I cried because he was just so cute and perfect, and I was like, but let's see. I'll show you guys right now him in just a moment. Probably after he eats it, after he wakes up, and after he's a very content baby, then I will go ahead and turn this on and show you after he's done crying and has his diaper changed because he hates that. But yeah, that was really hard. And then the day they discharged us was a nightmare as well. So we got discharged, and then we live in San Marcos. Kyle, we just moved over here. We no longer live in Austin, but I was delivering in Austin, South Austin. So when we came back home, oh man, the nurse sent my prescription to the wrong HEB, which is a Texas-based store, but she sent to the wrong pharmacy. So we had already driven down to Kyle, and the traffic going back to Austin or getting out of Austin takes about an hour. And I was already due for my pain meds. Obviously, I had only been, what, 3 days since I've had this major surgery, so obviously I need pain meds because it's very painful. And so it started kicking in, and when they told me that they're like, oh, it's actually at like a different location, which is all the way back up in Austin, I literally started crying, and Spencer's like, you look like your world just was falling down. I was like, I felt like my world was falling down because he was getting hungry in the car and I was starting to get in pain. So I was just feeling very like hopeless at that moment, like, oh no. And so we tried calling and everything like that, and 2 hours later we're still not home, and I am not feeling good. I am feeling pretty rough. Finally made it home. Didn't really sleep that night. We were kind of like in shambles of like where we thought he was gonna sleep was just not where we wanted him actually to sleep. When we put him in like the bassinet thing, we're like, he's too far away. He's too far away, we can't check if he's breathing and if he's okay. So we ended up moving him to just like our bed, and that worked for a little while, but I did not sleep that night. We were fully exhausted. And then Spencer's mom came over that morning, and the rest of the week has gone very smoothly, and she just left yesterday, and last night went smoothly, and today's been a pretty decent day. So sleep is very important. He slept, he wakes up about, last night he only woke up once, the night before he woke up twice, so he's sleeping pretty good. He gets long stretches of sleep. and then wakes up for a good amount of time too. He was waking up this morning for like 2 hours. Just chilling, on and off eating, and yeah, I don't know if the story's everywhere. It's probably everywhere because I'm horrible with stories. I go like back and forth, but just kind of wanted to give you guys a look, a rundown. I had so many plans on videos to do. I had a what's in my hospital bag, what's in my baby bag, and well, that didn't happen because he came earlier than expected. He came 2 weeks early. My due date was September 24th, and he came September 10th. So exactly 2 weeks early. But I will be doing a video on things you should definitely take to the hospital, things that have helped, and things that I would highly recommend, because when I was there, there was things that I ended up sending Spencer out to go buy immediately, and things that I bought at 5 a.m. when my mind was going crazy, and I was like, desperate times call for desperate measure, just order the damn expensive pillow. Did it. But I'll explain a little bit later, explain the move, do it. Like I have right now, I'm home for pretty much 12 weeks, so I'll be making more videos and editing them as I can, since we're not taking him anywhere until he gets his first shots. We're not taking him anywhere, because we're just first-time parents, I guess. I'm pretty sure other parents take them out a little earlier. I'm not driving right now either, since again I had a C-section, and I will do an update video on that. I'm going to show you right now I'm gonna kind of get up and show you what it looks like, and I have pants on right now, and then I will do a 2-week body update for you guys, because I know I was looking everywhere for kind of just body updates and everything, because you just don't know how your body's gonna snap back, and everybody's different. But yeah, I still have one foot that's swollen and the other foot that isn't swollen, but I'm thinking it's because my left side had trouble numbing a little bit more, and my right side had no trouble numbing. So when they put more, I guess, epidural when I told them I wasn't numb enough. My left side's taking a little while to, get back. But I have my appointment Friday with my doctor to see how everything's going, check my incision, make sure that everything is okay. But I'm done with my pain meds, and today is September 16th. He had his first appointment today. Everything went really, really well. They said he is a perfect baby, and I said, I know, duh. But they're gonna check my incision and everything on Friday, and I am surprisingly not in pain. I have a little bit of soreness, of course, but nothing that's oh my god, this is horrible, I'm in so much pain. And this whole time my air conditioner has not gone off, and I'm now frozen to the core, because we have the air conditioning vents on the bottom, so when you sit on the floor it gets pretty dang cold. But let me show you guys that, and then that'll be it for the video for today, and I will see you guys, well, I'll do that part in just a bit. So this is what is today? What's today? September 16th. So this is 6 days after. Let me kind of zoom out a little bit. So I still have a belly there, of course, but I don't know if you guys can see. I think you guys can see, but I still have a belly there, still swollen. This is just really soft, especially up here. It's very soft. I don't like pushing down here because I get scared, but it has definitely gone down quite a bit from how it was when I was pregnant. Okay, and before we go, I'm going to show you guys Asher. So cut to the clip where I introduce you to Asher Fox Watermark, my little baby boy. Oh, here he is. Got him all wrapped up in this nice little blanket because it's cold inside the house. And he is trying. He's like, I don't know if I want to go to sleep or if I want to wake up. I'm not exactly sure. Oh, I'm just gonna sleep. Oh, that little face kills me all the time, but he is very milk drunk right now. Very, very milk drunk. And yeah. Oh, those little eyes just trying to open. Yeah. Oh. Oh, there we are. Oh, thanks for the smile, bud. So cute. He's like, okay, I'm done. I'm done, Mom. I'm done. Yeah. Oh. Oh. I told you I was done. But that will be all for today, guys. Like I said, if you guys want to watch, I look so tired right now. If you guys want to see more videos coming up, please subscribe, and there will be more to come. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.